Let's go to Funland Flea Market in Tampa, Florida. Let's do it, guys. Let's go. I'm Eric, and at the age of 40, I walked away from a corporate desk job with all the benefits you could ever ask for and decided to roll the dice, bet on myself, and start a resale company. I buy storage lockers.
Let's see what this is. Oh, it's signed.
I go to live auctions.
$30, $30, $29, $30.
I go on private picks.
Quite a bit of stuff.
And so much more. So come along for the ride as I build this resale company from the ground up. And now, let's get to another episode of Reliable Resellers. Alright guys, so we're here. They're a little busier than other times when I've gotten here. I mean, it's 7:30. I think this is probably the latest I've gotten here. But that's alright. I mean, this side of the parking lot is still relatively empty. Whenever we leave, this side will be packed, completely full. I'm sure of it. Anyway, let's get us a ticket. Let's get us a parking spot. And let's go to Funland. All right, guys, so we're out here. We're parked right over there. When I was inside, or just driving in, paying the ticket, the lady at the booth said, this is the last day of Funland. They're closing the flea market down for good. So this is it. So let's go check out Funland for the last time. Let's go. All right, so definitely a lot more vendors than there were last time I was here. I wonder why they're closing down the flea market. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. There aren't, like, this is the only flea market I think that's even left in Tampa. So now you'll have what, Oldsmore out in Oldsmore. You'll have Webster out in Webster. And then what else? What else? I mean, where are all these people supposed to go to sell their stuff? Okay, well, the talk of the town is the closing. And so one guy just said they're closing it because the guy who owns this place sold the property. And I imagine they'll probably put super expensive apartments or something right here. Tampa's becoming insanely expensive. Just to give you guys an idea, I'm actually leaving Tampa. I'm moving out to Dade City. For those of you who didn't know, the rent in Tampa, so my apartment is $1,200 a month, which in and of itself is just ridiculous. But it is what it is, right? And then they're raising it to $1,420, which is, I mean, just think about that. In the course of 1 year, the rent goes up $240 a month, which is, it's close to $2,500 a year when you think about it, in terms of what they're raising the rent there. And I mean, legitimately, it's happening all over Tampa just because they can demand the prices, right? And so I guess Funland is going to fall victim to that. Kind of sucks. No, there was one guy back there talking, and he said there's another flea market called Silver Moon, and it's just like this place, where it's just a big movie theater, a drive-in movie theater, where they open it up for flea markets. I've never heard of it before, but the guy said, yeah, I called my buddy and he got me a spot over there. Something like they're starting to get full quickly or something. So Silver Moon, have to Google that and find out where that is. But I would think, I mean, there's not going to be enough room at these different flea markets for everybody. You're going to have to ask yourself, where's all these people going to go? Where are they going to start selling their stuff, right? Hey, what's going on, man? You find was a guy from the auction house. It is a small world. But anyway, so I was just talking to him just for a second, and he said that I was talking to him about Silver Moon, and he said, yeah, it's a flea market up off of I-4 somewhere. So maybe we'll check that one out. Maybe we'll go and make a video there in a couple of days. Although next weekend is the toy show, so we won't be doing that next weekend. We'll be doing the toy show next week. So, some knives. I remember this one. Do not touch. Playmates. What are you asking on these things?
$2.
So I just overheard more conversation about what's happening out here, and they are indeed. There's apartment complexes in the back, or over there, or whatever. And apparently the developer who owns that apartment complex has purchased this land, and they're going to build more apartment complexes here. And apparently they're not even going to start construction for 2 years, so it's going to sit empty and vacant for 2 years, starting today, or tomorrow, I guess, rather. Kind of strange. Tampa's changing. Tampa is changing. It's this little guy here. So what's your best price? If I have cash money, I take it right now. What's your best price?
For you.
For me?
Yes, sir.
You told me 40 a little while ago.
I told you what?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, but what's your best price? So I just overheard some people talking, and apparently they were only given, the vendors here were only given a 1-day notice. They were just told yesterday that it's going to be closing. It's kind of a dick move, you know? Some folks have been vendors out here for 25 plus years, and then they only get a 1-day notice that, hey, the whole place is closing down. That doesn't seem right, you know? That doesn't seem right. Cool. How much are these, boss?
This one's 20, 15, and 10. The hand, I do have it. It comes off, and I didn't want it to fall.
Yes, sir. So, you know, I think that for some entrepreneurial person out there, I mean, look at all of these vendors, right? The nearest flea market, from what I understand, is Oldsmar. I don't know where this Silver Moon place is yet, but Oldsmar is like half hour, 45 minutes away from here. So if you were to be able to find yourself a piece of property where you could set up and have a flea market, you would think you would have lots of vendors willing to set up. You would think, anyway. But you know, they are closing this place down and opening up an apartment complex. So maybe not. Maybe flea markets just aren't as profitable as they used to be. I don't know. So now I am legitimately kind of feeling a little bit better about my idea to open up a small little vendors little area out there at the shop. Whenever we do get set up out there, there might be somewhat of a demand for that. We'll see how it goes. All right, guys, well, that is a wrap on Funland, literally. We did buy some stuff today though. We spent about 70 bucks or so, I think. Yeah, 70, 75 maybe, I think. 40 on the guy in the back, or 38 back there, and 35, 28 plus 5 is what, 33? So what is 33 plus 35? So we spent 68 bucks. We're snaking our way out of here. The parking lot did get full, and it's quite the shame that this place is closing down. But I overheard a lot of conversations out here today, people talking about what's happening, and apparently, so the apartment, like I told you guys earlier in the video, the apartment complex back there behind the place bought this land, and they're going to build more apartments here. Apparently the people who own this land right here, Funland, they put it up for sale at 2 times what the land is actually worth, and somebody paid, somebody bought it. So I mean, I guess you can't really blame them, right? If you put your land up for sale and it's worth $1 million and you ask 2, sorry, traffic is a little crazy. People are getting goodbye, Funland. Anyway, so if you if you own a piece of property and you're asking $1 million bucks, or it's worth $1 million bucks, I'm sorry, and you're at, you put it on the market for 2 or whatever, right? Maybe it's 10, it's 20 million or whatever. I'm sure that land has got some value to it, being where it is right here by Busch Gardens. It is kind of in a relatively rough part of town, but so anyway, if my property was worth 10 million and I just kind of jokingly put it on the market and asked 20 and somebody bought it, well, sorry about your luck. I guess I'm selling my property, and that's what happened out here. At least that's what I'm hearing as you're walking around. You're hearing different vendors talk, and you're kind of getting the inside scoop a little bit. So anyway, Funland Flea Market is no more. It's kind of a shame. Anyway, I'm gonna drive home and I'll show you guys what we bought today. Let's go. Made it back to my storage locker. So here's what I got at Funland today. Last day that they're open. So we got this guy here. This guy's really cool. Got a chalkboard here. I guess you can write like the day's menu or whatever. This is gonna go in the shop. We'll probably set this right outside the front door. We'll write like welcome or something on them, and we'll put a price tag on them. I don't know necessarily. I have no idea, to be honest. I paid $38 for this dude right here. So I don't know, not too bad. Should be able to, I'm thinking $100, maybe a little more. He's super cool. Comes up to about my waist, so I don't know, he's maybe 4 foot tall or so. There's no cracks in him at all. He's in good shape, kind of heavy. Really, really cool dude here. I think somebody who has a restaurant or a food truck or something like that will be dying to have this sitting outside the front door of their restaurant or their food truck. And we also bought these cars. So at first we walked up and we bought this. He was asking 30 bucks. We gave him 28. It was pretty much the cash I had in my pocket. I didn't reach into my wallet, but it was what I had in my pocket. So we gave him $28 for this, and it's the case is from 1968. The case by itself is worth 30 bucks. Which is where I think he got the price, actually. So the case has active solds on eBay for 30. Now it's also packed with cars, and they are mostly all Matchbox. They're old ones. They're older Matchbox, Matchbox made in England by Lesney. And so I think that some of these cars, I haven't looked all of them up. I haven't looked any of them up, the ones that are in here. But, I mean, I'm sure some of these cars in here are going to be worth, you know, 20 bucks a piece or so. And it's completely packed. And then the ones that I've seen on eBay where the case sold for 30 bucks, it didn't have these little pullouts on the inside. So I might be able to get, you know, if I get 30 bucks for the case, you know, we're golden. Then I walked back and I was looking through some of the other stuff he had. He just had some loose cars sitting out here, and he was asking $1 each. I said, would you take 5 for this group? And after some negotiating back and forth, he said yeah. Anyway, so like, if this truck right here has active sold on eBay for like 25-30 bucks. It's a Matchbox Guy Warrior tractor, king size, K8. You can see him reading that right there at the tip of my thumb. This one has an active sold for, again, 25-30 bucks. This one right here, this little set, has an active sold for 55 or 60. And that's all I looked up, so that's all I needed to see. So seeing this for basically 50 and this for basically 25, and this for 25 or 30, you know, so you're at basically 100 bucks with the case and these two. So you know, for what was it, I paid 28 and 5, so $33. I'll take it all day long because I'm already in the profit. And you know, if some of these cars are 15-20 bucks a pop, I mean, before you know it, the money really is going to start to add up. And then these little cars here, I haven't looked these up, but it's the same as those, same makes, same model, Matchbox. These Matchbox cars here, they're the older ones. So, you know, again, if that's a $20 bill, if that's a $10-15 bill, you know, I mean, if $10, $10, $12, you know, I mean, it can start to add up. So anyway, so that's what I got at Funland. It's kind of a bummer to hear that they're closing down. I just kind of started going out there kind of on the regular, and they're gonna close it. So it is what it is. There is that other flea market, it's called Sailor Moon, out in Lakeland. Never been there before. We might go try them. Not next week though, because next week is the toy show. Anyway guys, that's all I got for you in this video. Nice little Funland flea market on their last day. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff down below. If you want to come back tomorrow, we'll do something else. Bye guys.